Hey everyone, here is a book I highly recommend, especially for newbies, but it would be for everyone. Storyville by Dufresne. He is an expert. He has his degree in writing and he teaches writing. So, you know, the same as with psychologists and Susan Reynolds, I'm going to believe a person with a degree in writing before everybody else. But the good thing about this book is it will start you off, especially if you're a newbie, and it will help you along the way with how to write. Now, one of the reasons I love this book so much, get my glasses on, is that, and I find this kind of ironic considering that I write adult novels, is that on page 69, he talks about writer's block. So I'm going to read that out for you because it's important. There are letter blocks for learning the alphabet. There are building blocks and city blocks, stumbling blocks and butcher blocks. There are blocks and tackles, both in football and in hoisting. You can block a punch or block a hat. There are starting blocks and block letters, but there is no writer's block. What has been called writer's block is simply an excuse not to write. If you didn't write today, it's because you chose not to, not because you are blocked. Not that you have a strange neurological condition that only affects writers and is untreatable and temporary. But yes, we all feel anxiety and emotional distress, and we're unhappy some of the time, angry and irritated at other times. Some days we're apathetic and disengaged. Other days we're disappointed with our creative abilities. We wonder if we've lost our mojo finally. Our motivation flags. We're mired in a slough of doubt. We don't feel the joy we once felt when writing. Our only recourse, we think, is we'll have to wait this out, and maybe a drink will help us pass the downtime. Or a trip to Paris. I don't want to go to Paris and I don't drink. Didn't Kafka say that a non-writing writer was a monster courting insanity? And then we remember we're adults and nothing can stop us from writing if we don't want to. So what do we do if we can't seem to get started? First, what not to do. We do not name this temporary condition writer's block, thereby rendering it legitimate and powerful. We know that this lull is part of the writing process. We'll call it just gestation if we need a name. We remind ourselves that the finest work comes from the hardest struggle. We let that sustain us, and then we write about what's stopping us from writing. Write it in that notebook we carry with us. Problem solved. Put down a word, any word. Put down another word, and soon the pump is primed and we're back at the scene in the story that first discouraged us. Now, the other funny thing is on page 70, he uses a scene from The Golden Girls. So I'll just read that out. Blanche. Well, now I know why Hemingway killed himself. Oh, girls, I have writer's block. This is the worst feeling in the world. Side note, Hemingway didn't kill himself because of writer's block. He killed himself because he was severely depressed. It ran in his family. He'd had 7 concussions and electronic brain stuff going on and multiple accidents, and he was basically just fucked. So, unfortunately, that's why. Not because of writer's block. Sophia, try 10 days without a bowel movement sometime. Blanche, you just sit there, hour after hour after hour. Sophia, tell me about it. Blanche, I just don't know what to do. I don't think there's any worse feeling in the world than facing that blank piece of paper. Dorothy, tell me, how much have you written so far? Blanche, well, that's just it, nothing. That's how I know I have writer's block. Dorothy, Blanche, you have to have written to have writer's block. Otherwise, all of us have it. So look, whether, again, like I said, with the Fire Up Your Writing Brain, whether you believe in writer's block or not, that's just a fun part of this book. He talks about the fiction writer and the writing and the plot and revision. He goes through everything. For newbies, he will help you to craft a story. He will sit you down with all sorts of stuff and get you pumped and primed and everything else. So this is a book I highly recommend. It's got all sorts of illustrations. Now we'll just get that in view. Illustrations. Plot is character revealed by action. All sorts of stuff. You can write in it if you want to buy it. Keep calm and write on. So it's Storyville, an illustrated guide to writing fiction by Dufresne. Hardcover. I think I got it off eBay, but you can get it off Amazon as well. It's still being sold. And I originally got it from my local library and liked it so much I bought it. So it's Storyville by Dufresne. Highly recommend, especially for newbies, wannabe amateur writers, those starting out. But it's a fun read for everybody else. And there's cute little pictures to go with it and a Golden Girl story. So Storyville by Dufresne. Highly, highly recommend this book.